Well, our reporter Rory Carson is in Monmouth for us, and anxious times, just looking at the skies. They look fine at the moment.
It's a beautiful, beautiful day all of a sudden. In the last 30 minutes, the rain has stopped and the sun is just starting to split through the clouds. If you look behind me, we've had some very heavy rain this morning. Earlier in the week, the River Wye, it burst its banks. The levels were at an all-time high. If you look across here, you'll be able to see some of the houses. All of those houses suffered flooding. Many of the residents had to leave. Some of those have just been back into their properties in the last hour or so just to have a look at the devastation. But the rain seems to have passed here for now, and as it has, we're starting to hear some extraordinary tales of heroism. Firefighters in Brecon, they rescued a woman who was clinging to a branch at the side of a river. She's now in hospital. And perhaps one of the most extraordinary ones, a woman not far from where I'm standing was trapped on top of her car. She was there for about 12 hours and two men, Peter Smith and Graham Handley, they waded into the water and they managed to rescue her. Earlier, they'd been speaking to the BBC.
I went through the woods. As I'm doing that, I was getting closer to whatever this black object was, and I was taking some photographs, still couldn't work out what it was. And then when I got probably 20 yards away, it was something and it moved as I got closer. And then I could just about make out that it was a car completely submerged and the lady was on top. The photographs I was taking are about 7:50, so I found her just before 8, and she had been there since 8 o'clock the night before. And it took me over half an hour to get through the woods, 200 yards through the woods, to call to these guys and then get back.
We then started walking down through the water. I mean, the water sort of came up to there. So we scrambled up in the woods. So myself and Richard then, I mean, like Jeff said, it was a nightmare trying to get through the wood because it was sort of on angle like that and everything was just slipping down. But we got down to Jeff, asked him, what was going on. Then, because I can remember you shouted her and I can remember her shouting then, help me. So
she was saying, don't leave me.
We'd gone on down, then we could see her, so I just automatically jumped straight in. Got on the roof of the car because she was sort of half on the car, half in the water.
He had his shirt off, coat off, shirt off, and he went straight in. That was bravery, but
it's cold.
It was freezing.
Quite an extraordinary story of courage and bravery. Now today, as you can see, right at this moment the sun is splitting through. The worst seems to have passed here in Monmouth, but it's in North Wales where we're really concerned. We could see up to 24 hours, a month's worth of rain over the next 24 hours. Remember, it was just 10 days ago that in places like Llanrwst, just on the edge of Snowdonia National Park, that the town centre was badly hit with flooding. Homes and businesses were hit with up to 3 feet of water. That damage, they're still recovering from that. But at the moment, that is where the focus is. There's one flood warning in Denbighshire, and it's a case of really watching and waiting to see what this weather brings over the next 24 hours.
Rory Carson, thank you very much.